going to sear a piece of fish. So we're gonna start by seasoning that. We wanna season generously with your salt of choice. Don't be afraid to really give it a lot of salt. And then we're gonna heat up our pan. So you wanna make sure that your pan is very hot. Make sure the pan that you're using is safe to put in the oven. You don't ever wanna use a Teflon pan on high heat. So cast iron, steel pan, this is a copper pan, which is really good at retaining heat. I'm gonna check to make sure that it's hot enough by just splashing a little bit of water in there. So you can see the water evaporated. That means it's warming, but it's not as hot as I want it to be. When the pan is really hot, this water is going to dance around in the pan, just like that, before it evaporates. So I'm going to add some high heat oil into that pan. This is an avocado oil. You can use canola oil or vegetable oil. And I'm just gonna gently place this in away from myself so I don't splash hot oil on myself while that's cooking. So we're gonna leave this alone now. We're just gonna let it get the color on it. Heat is still on high, and we're just gonna leave it for a couple of minutes while it gets that color. I'm gonna turn this pan down to a medium-high heat now, and we're just gonna continue to let it get the color that we want. It should release itself from the pan when it's got the color that you want on it. If it doesn't release itself from the pan, we have the fish spatula, which is your best friend when you're cooking fish, because it really helps to keep the flesh intact. These little spaces in there work really well with any sort of delicate food. And I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna pop this in the oven. So I'm pretty sure our halibut is cooked, but the best way to check is just to give it a squeeze. So I'm gonna use my fingers and I'm just gonna squeeze there, and you can see right here, it's just starting to flake. That means it's ready to eat. You don't wanna overcook your halibut. It really does have a tendency to dry out. You can always cook it more, but you cannot uncook it. And there we have our beautiful piece of seared halibut.